Hello Tubesters, it's Gav and welcome to another one of my videos. Today, as if you've read the title, we'll be looking at some 10mm trees that I've recently got off eBay from China. They're obviously for my 10mm League of Augsburg project. Yeah, it's still bubbling away in the background, maybe on a low boil, but it's still bubbling away. It didn't take long, probably a couple of weeks, week and a half, I don't know, to get these trees. I decided to get them from China. The guys that sell them in the UK, and I think what they're doing is buying the same bag from China. It's about £7, I think, maybe £6, free delivery. And as usual, I've just picked this camera up to do a vid for you, and half the information isn't in front of me, so I can't even tell you how many I've got, but I'll show you the bags to give you a rough idea in a minute. I think what people are doing is obviously breaking the bags down and selling them at 4, 5, 6 trees a time. I've not got them to make a wood up, so to speak, or little, spinnies, things like that. It's more for dotting around my buildings. I think when it comes to, I'm going to make some wood out of clump foliage and with some on stilts, more or less. Sorry for the clattering around. One of my dogs is, well, both of them are in the room. One's now left. Yeah, I'm going to make woods out of clump foliage, put them on a few stilts, so when you look down at the table, you've seen them on people's War Games mats, they look fantastic, so I'm going that way for those. But I just wanted some individual trees. I thought £7 for what I've got, it's not a massive outlay. If I don't like the trees, I might even go down the route of making wire ones. I'm about to start making the wire one. I've bought some for the 1 in 35 scale diorama that I'm building, if some of you guys have seen that. So I'm going to make my first tree out of that, and I might well, if these don't really look the part, I might well make some, just some teeny weeny type 10mm ones, see how that goes. So we'll go down to the bench, have a look at these trees, see what my thoughts are on them, and it might be something you might be interested in getting yourself or steering clear of, whatever you think. So let's go down to the bench and we'll have a chat about these trees. I'll see you in a minute. Right guys, thanks for joining me at the bench. As we can see, we've got some teeny weeny trees in front of us. Let me just see if we can get this light over. Let's give them a bit more light on the subject. Right, now I bought a whole bunch of trees. I can't for the life of me think what the number involved, but I'll show you the bags in a minute. If you want to freeze frame it and count each individual tree, then be my guest. But they've obviously attempted to do, I think, 3 different colours, which is great because I didn't obviously stipulate a colour. I just wanted a deciduous tree, and this is what you get. Now let's see if we can do a bit of a tap. You can see there's already some clump foliage on the back of the book that I'm showing these on, and you can see bits missing. Obviously soft plastic armatures. They've got the bark texture in the plastic. I would advise, if you're going to paint that, probably it might be a bit of a pain in the bum, but you might want to just give that a bit of a wipe down, with some warm soapy water. Try and get any of that soft plasticness off it. Maybe put some PVA glue on, maybe. So it's obviously like a little. Let me see. So I'm trying to look through the viewfinder here. It's a little fluffy tree on a pole. Really, it's got a little plastic spike in the end. Should you wish to shove it in somewhere. And it comes in like that darker green. You've obviously got this quite luminous green here. There you go. And this one, a darker green, and they've obviously put the actual light fluff in there is they've meant to put that in there. It's not just picked it off the base. That's it. I wasn't expecting, I mean, these are cheap trees, sold you know, in hundreds or whatever. You know, I wasn't expecting them to be, you know, all singing, all dancing or anything like that. So I'm not actually underwhelmed. You know, my wife had a look at them, and because I get things sent to her office, and when she opened the package, she thought, oh, you know, I mean, see, we got a bit of loose there. But to be honest with you, until this little mini review on these little mini trees, I hadn't got them out of the bag, to be honest with you, until just now. And I don't, you know, they're not fantastic, but for what I paid for them, I say about £7 free postage. You know, I wasn't expecting a lot. So that's the actual trees themselves. I think what I'd do with them, I'd almost thought of dry brushing them anyway. Maybe, I mean, it might not work. Or even, you know, finally learned to get my airbrush working, is to maybe put a couple of colours over them. It depends how much time I want to really. I mean, these are War Games trees at the end of the day. I'm not, you know, trying to make a scale model out of anything. But I think I'll do a watered down PVA, spray it over them, and see which will definitely hold all the clump foliage on, and might stick a few bits of missing on there as well. I'm just going to move this up or back. Let's see if we can see. Right, I'm just putting that up slightly, guys, just because I don't know if I'm going to get these bags in. I might just show the one bag just to give you the idea. Let me quickly roughly count. Oh, I don't know how many's in there. 20 trees. It's two out. I've got 2 out from each bag. That's what they come in. So you get 3 bags. Yeah, around 20 trees a bag. The silence there was Gav's brain feverishly ticking away, trying to count them. So yeah, 20 trees, roughly a bag. It might be 16, 18, but I don't know. That's what you roughly get. If you go on eBay, you'll see the same deals anyway. So, what do I think out? You know, out of 10, as in bearing on this is cheap trees that you're not expecting a lot of, rather than, you know, trying to base them against some other knock or silver or some of the big players out there. Yeah, I'd give them, for a cheap tree, hasn't cost me a lot, I'd probably given them 7 out of 10. And as I say, they came, you know, from China, so it didn't take long to get here. So now I'm quite happy. Anyway, I thought I'd just give you a quick view of those. You know, you might be something you might either be interested in them or steer clear of them. But there you go. Cheap 10mm trees for my League of Augsburg project. Hopefully you'll now start seeing some work on the bases, get those buildings stuck down, and you might see a bit of progress on that front. So thanks a lot for stopping by and taking a look, and I will catch you again on another video. Cheers.